I want you to imagine the biggest library you've ever seen. But instead of neat, orderly shelves, all the books are just scattered everywhere. And new pages are magically appearing every single day, and oh yeah, a lot of them are written in this dense, almost unreadable legal code. Well, that's pretty much the world of financial regulation. So today, let's talk about how we can build a digital librarian to finally make sense of it all.
So, that really brings us to the heart of the problem, right? For any financial firm out there, staying compliant isn't just a good idea. It's everything. It's existential. But when the rulebook is literally millions of pages long and is changing all the time, how on earth do you keep up? You can't just have an army of lawyers reading 24/7.
And this just shows you the insane scale of the challenge. We're not talking about one book. It's thousands, from dozens of different places. You've got the Federal Register, SEC rules, the entire FINRA rulebook, plus all these specific codes for every single state. And that's before you even get to the interpretations in court cases. It is just a tidal wave of unstructured text.
Okay, so if you can't read your way out of the problem, you've got to change the game entirely. This is where we make a huge shift. From thinking about rules as just text to thinking about them as data. We're basically going to build the ultimate digital card catalog for the law.
You see, the real breakthrough here isn't about human speed, it's about machine scale. You just stop trying to read faster. It's a losing battle. Instead, you focus all your energy on translating that super dense, complex legalese into structured knowledge, something a computer can actually understand, search, and analyze in the blink of an eye.
So the fundamental building block of this whole system is something called a concept. Just think of it as one single, distinct idea that a compliance officer would care about. It's not a specific rule number, but a core idea, like insider trading, that might actually show up in dozens of different rules and legal documents all over that messy library. And what's so cool about this is how it makes that whole translation process really concrete. You take a complex idea like structuring, you give it a clear, simple definition, and then you tag it. You link it directly to every single place it shows up in the law. And just like that, the chaotic library starts looking a whole lot more like a neat, searchable database. All right, so now we get to see how this all comes together to do something incredibly powerful. Because we have all this structured knowledge, we can now use it to check communications for risk, not in hours, not in days, but in milliseconds. And the process itself is actually pretty simple and elegant. A new email or a chat message comes in, the system immediately scans it for specific triggers that we've linked to our regulatory concepts. Then it gives the message a score based on how relevant it is to a potential rule violation. If that score crosses a certain line, boom, it gets flagged for a human expert to take a look.
But what exactly is a trigger? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a layered approach. You've got your simple triggers, basic keywords, the obvious stuff. But then you have the advanced triggers. And this is where AI comes in. It analyzes the semantic meaning so it can catch someone who's trying to be clever by paraphrasing or dropping subtle hints instead of using the forbidden words.
And here it is. This is the kicker, the speed. The entire system can scan, analyze, and decide if a message is risky enough to be blocked before it even leaves the outbox, all in under 500 milliseconds. That's literally faster than you can blink. That, my friends, is what true real-time compliance looks like.
Now, it's really easy to hear all this and think the goal is to just replace people with algorithms. But that's not it at all. This is about taking human expertise and amplifying it, giving it a reach and a scale that was just never possible before. This is such an important distinction to make. This system is a classification tool. It's not a lawyer. It's an amplifier for experts. It's not a replacement for them. Think of it as an early warning signal that helps the real experts focus their valuable time and attention where it's needed most. It flags problems, it doesn't make the final call.
This quote just perfectly captures the whole philosophy, doesn't it? The deep knowledge, the nuance, the actual understanding of the law, that all still comes from human experts. They are the authors. The system is just the printing press, allowing their knowledge to cover millions of documents in an instant.
So let's zoom out for a second. What does this all really mean for the future? I mean, this is so much bigger than just financial compliance. This is a potential blueprint for navigating any field that is just drowning in complexity.
And the vision here is definitely ambitious, but it's also really methodical. You start by mastering the core U.S. financial rules, SEC, FINRA, the big ones. Then you expand. You go deeper into state regulations and all those tricky interpretations. And from there, you go global, tackling the huge regulatory frameworks in the UK, Europe, and beyond.
So, to sum it all up, what have we got? This system transforms chaotic rules into clean, structured data. It gives you a real-time safety net.
It empowers human experts to work at a massive scale, and it doesn't replace them. Plus, it creates a perfect, durable, auditable trail for every single decision. It is a truly scalable model for taming complexity.
And that leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. We've seen how this approach can revolutionize financial law, but what's next? What other massive text-heavy fields, think medical research, academic journals, even intelligence analysis, what could be completely unlocked if we applied this same powerful principle of turning words into structured, queryable data?